I thought I was right. I thought my sister had made an embarrassing typo. But by the end of the night, the universe would prove me wrong in the most humiliating way possible. The invitations arrived on a Tuesday. Lauren handed me mine in a thick, cream-coloured envelope, the kind of thing that screamed custom order. She was glowing with excitement, clearly proud of whatever was inside. I flicked it open, barely registering the elegant gold foil lettering, already bracing myself for some saccharine nonsense about love, soulmates, and the journey ahead. Then I saw it. You are cordially invited to celebrate the engagement of Lauren and Mark. Engagement. I stared at the word for so long it lost all meaning. My brain refused to process it. A typo? On an invitation? Printed in fancy, embossed script? I looked at my sister, who was sipping coffee like this was just another day. Lauren? Yeah? Did you proofread these? Yeah, obviously. I turned the card towards her, jabbing my finger at the crime scene in print form. She squinted at it, then gave a shrug so casual it could have ended civilizations. Oh, whatever, it's just a typo. Just a typo? This is your invitation. No one's gonna care. I inhaled sharply through my nose. It's literally the biggest word on the page. Lauren rolled her eyes, already over it. Then don't come, she said, walking away. I sat there, fingers tightening around the cardstock, my pulse beating in my ears. This wasn't just a typo. This was an act of war. For the next few weeks, it haunted me. Every time my sister mentioned the party, the wedding, anything remotely related to it, I felt a sting of betrayal. At brunch, I heard her say, "We're finalising the engagement menu today," and I had to jump in. Engagement menu. In a group chat, she wrote, "Just a reminder, the engagement party is this Saturday," and I had to reply, "You mean engagement party? We're trying to be consistent with the official branding." At one point, Mum called to confirm if I'd be there. "You're coming to Lauren's engagement party, right?" "Mum, I think you mean engagement party?" A long pause. Jesus Christ, stop antagonizing your sister. But I wasn't antagonizing. I was preserving the integrity of the English language. Lauren, to her credit, stopped fighting back. She didn't snap at me, she didn't tell me to shut up. She just ignored me, which was worse. On the night of the engagement party, it all happened. The venue was obnoxiously nice. Candlelit centerpieces, soft golden lighting, a jazz trio in the corner. It was perfect. Except for the first thing I saw. A massive decorative welcome sign near the entrance. "Welcome to the engagement of Lauren and Mark." I stopped so suddenly that someone bumped into me from behind. Lauren appeared beside me, wine glass in hand, already fully prepared for my reaction. "Before you say anything," they printed the sign at the same time as the invitations. "It was a package deal. There's nothing we could do." I turned to her slowly, barely holding myself together. "And you just let this happen?" She took a long sip of wine. "Yes." I glanced around, waiting for someone, anyone, to notice. But no one did. They chatted, laughed, clinked glasses, completely oblivious to the linguistic apocalypse unfolding before them. Lauren leant in. And guess what? I swear to God, Lauren, no one cares. She patted my arm and drifted off into the crowd. I stood there, fists clenched, staring at the betrayal in font form. I tried to move on. I really did. But every time someone toasted to Lauren and Mark's engagement, I felt a fresh wave of indignation. And then, chaos. A horrible, wet, wheezing voice ripped through the room. I turned just in time to see Great Uncle Harold clutching at his throat. "Oh my God, he's choking!" someone shrieked. Silverware clattered. People screamed. A random guest, I think someone's +1, jumps into action. "I'm a paramedic." She yanked Harold out of his chair and performed a textbook Heimlich maneuver. 1, 2, 3 compressions. And then a final, forceful gag. A chunk of roast chicken rocketed across the room, narrowly missing the cake. The guests gasped. Then they cheered. A few minutes later, the real paramedics arrived. The off-duty paramedic did a quick handover, explaining the situation. And then, the words that ended me. "So, looks like we had a full obstruction, but I got a partial response with abdominal thrusts. Full resolution occurred with the final forceful engagement." I paused. I blinked. The room faded into the background. Lauren was already watching me, champagne in hand. She took another slow sip. "Well, well, well." I turned to the paramedic, my last shred of dignity hanging by a thread. "Excuse me, did you just say engagement?" She nodded, completely serious. "Yeah, we use it in airway management. Engagement happens when an obstructed airway clears with a reflexive gag response." I felt my soul leave my body. The air felt heavier. Lauren stepped closer. She took another slow sip of champagne, watching me struggle, savoring the moment. Then she leant in, lowered her voice, and whispered, "I told you this was an engagement party." I opened my mouth to argue, then I closed it quickly. I picked up my drink and took the longest sip of my life. "You're already here. Might as well stay a little bit longer. There's another story waiting when you're ready."